Welcome to the ITM Podcast.
This is episode 332 of the ITM Podcast, your official podcast of the Boston Rumor Sox's 2025 Sleepy Winter Meetings. My name is Joey Copponi. That's Scott Neville. Scott, how you doing?
Dude, I could be better, Joseph. I could be better.
Yeah. I forgot the part of the intro where I go, and the Boston Red Sox. Can I do that real quick?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, go ahead. No,
because I actually had it written down and my eyes skipped it. And the Boston Red Sox. That's not how I do it. Boston Red Sox are going to do something soon. Maybe. Who knows? That's for us to find out. We're being told they're going to do a whole lot of things. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. Well, first of all, winter meetings hat. I got my MLB Network hat. I'm just a fan of the league. Psych. It's a Mets. It's Mets because, well, you guys will see. The Mets play a role in this here story. Let's get to it. Pete Alonso. Oh, God. Pete. Pete Alonso has officially signed with the Baltimore Orioles for $155 million over the next 5 years. Shocker. Stunner. I would have bet the house that if he wasn't coming to Boston, that he'd be going back to New York. First off, I want to stay here. This sucks alone. Forget the Red Sox's interest in Pete Alonso. He's now in the AL East. Pete Alonso is now in the AL East. Just take that in. On a team that wasn't fighting for the division last year, but sure looked like they could have been down the stretch. Have now got Pete Alonso. He's going to be playing at Fenway, which is one of the biggest selling points for him coming here. Was his hitting profile at Fenway Park. You're now going to be facing him a lot, and he's going to crush at Fenway, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want me to go here. I feel like I'm going to talk for quite a bit. So you just give me the green light. I don't know if you have any thoughts to yell about, but I have a lot.
I will. I'll yell in the middle of your sentences. Don't worry.
Right in the middle. Okay. Yeah, great. That would be good if you just want to stomp all over those points. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, this obviously stinks for so many reasons. So let's start with this. He's gonna kill us at Fenway and prove that the Red Sox are idiots and that the general public were right about the fact that he would have been such a strong fit at Fenway. The same way that Bregman came over and proved immediately that he was a perfect fit for the park. Except, he's going to do it for the other team. This sucks because I know you said that the Orioles, they just got a hell of a lot better. They have a very, very dangerous lineup, one of the best in the league. But he's still wasting his career because that organization I don't think is very strong. Their rotation right now is Trevor Rogers, Kyle Bradish, Dean Creamer, Tyler Wells, and Cade Povich. So I'm not, that's just a waste. That's just a waste of a really good bat. And if, who would have thought that if he's joining the AL East, it wasn't going to be with us. The third thing I have here is who the hell is going to hit right-handed home runs? Now, right-handed home runs don't matter. It doesn't matter left or right, but you need a right-handed bat that can hit home runs. So there's nobody left besides people that I'm not thrilled about. And then the second thing I'm going to dovetail into here, Craig really had a real conference here. He had a media day, didn't he? He said, he was asked about Alonso. He said they didn't line up right. And then they asked him what he was looking for. We're looking for one guy or two guys or whatever. And he said it could be one or two guys as long as they fit this criteria. Middle of the order bat.
Okay.
I would have considered that a fit. Can drive in runs with runners in scoring position. So Pete, he had 126 RBIs, 1,035 OPS, and a 22.8% K rate that comes up in a second. So it seems like a fit there. The third thing he said is cutting down on whiffs. This is where he really got Pete, because Pete was in
Yeah.
the 40th percentile for whiff and strikeout. So
Oh,
he was
got
10%
him.
below average. So now I'm starting to get it. And then they asked, "Are you looking for a first baseman?" He said, "Yeah."
And then one
And
of the
so
reporters was like, "Hey, I have the perfect guy for you," and he just
or I did
signed
yesterday.
in the division. Yeah, yesterday. Oh my God, dude! If you brought this up yesterday, Craig, I had the
should have said
perfect
this
guy in
earlier.
mind for you because so
Also, just money.
yeah,
I'm gonna throw that as a
yeah,
bonus. He didn't say
yeah.
this, but it's like you could now all the people you're gonna have to either trade for or like Schwarber costs money in a qualifying offer. Marte is gonna cost a load of prospects. He's not super cheap. Polanco is just gonna be money. Who gives it? He stinks. But like the options you're gonna have to pay now, he was just money. Now you're gonna have to go out and get some guy.
The Red Sox had been the front runner for Alonso for I don't know how long, but he'd been tied to them at the very least all offseason. But it really seemed like they were the top of everyone's list leading up to the winter meetings. Bob Nightingale.
I convinced myself.
Bob Nightingale predicted he was coming here. Bob Nightingale, the guy I just said last episode, he never gets anything wrong. Bob Nightingale said he was coming here, so I was like, oh yeah, it's in the bag. Tim Healy of the Boston Globe, who new beat guy, came on last year. If you guys are not in on Tim Healy, get in. He's very good. He's very, very good. He reported, quote, "The Red Sox's offer to Pete Alonso was for fewer years and significantly less money," sources said. End quote. And then later in the day, he reported, quote, "Red Sox were weary of Pete Alonso in part because of his age," end quote. A reminder that number was 5 years, 155. So they were significantly off on both of those. Now, here's the thing. I would imagine that if you're going to say they're off on both of them, that you're talking about AAV, because like obviously the total money is going to be different if you're off by years. You know what I mean? It's not like they
years
gave
in AAV. It was the idea. So they less per year.
Yeah.
And less years. So just not not a better offer in any regard. Also, Healy came from being a Mets beat writer, so he probably is pretty plugged in over there. If you want to, value his source, I think he probably knows what he's talking about.
I just don't. I don't understand this really at all because, I mean, Pete Alonso's 31 years old. That when you get a free agent, they're 29, they're 30, they're 31. Every once in a while, they're 28, and once in a lifetime, they're 25. That's
from Japan.
Or that. That's the only options. He plays a position that you need to fill. He's the power bat that your team lacks. He's willing to move to DH, which you're going to need him to do if you want to put Cassis back out there at some point, which I would imagine they do want to do. The offer that beat you was 5 years, 155. Like, it's not an insignificant amount of money, but that's the kind of number that you hear as a prediction for Alonso early in the offseason. And then there's a battle down the stretch, usually right around now, that ends in a much higher number. And it's like, well, yeah, we were all predicting 5,155 and it ended at 7,190. And it's like to not even go to war with it. Like, that's a number that makes you fully withdraw. Like, you can't match. You can't, because there was all sorts of reports that Pete wanted to go to Boston and that he was interested in Boston. So if you're Pete Alonso and
if it was 5,150, it's done.
But at the very least, like the way this shit works is that Boris would call Pete and be like, "Hey, Baltimore's up. We got the number we were looking for. We got 5,155. How do you feel about it?" And Pete more than likely goes, "Will Boston match that?"
Yeah.
Like that's where I've been wanting to go. So let's see if Boston matches it. Didn't even say, they didn't say, well, we're not going to do 5,155, but we can do, 5,140. And then you negotiate and whatever. Like, I know this guy wants to come here. There was none of that. It was just boom, he's in Baltimore. And then the only report that ever came out was, yeah, the Sox weren't close. What are you doing then? I just don't get why Alonso isn't a guy worth fighting for here. Pissing me off,
Insanely
man.
perfect fit. Yeah, it's the same thing as like when people like Craig likes Sonny Gray because a lot of the balls go out to right center, and that fits perfectly with the park. Bregman's a perfect fit because he's got a great pull swing.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso was like everything that they needed. They needed a right-handed bat that could hit a ton of home runs, that fit the park, that could DH and play first base.
And the thing
And
is with
now you got nobody else.
Sorry, I'm jumping. I'm getting pissed off now. Sorry, you go. Sorry.
No, I mean you can go. I was just gonna say they don't have. I was just saying they don't have anyone like that. Was it? Those were the two. The Schwarber and Alonso were the two bats that fit, and
not,
Schwarber didn't even really fit.
Not to do this forever, because like we can easily do this forever, and I'm annoyed at myself that I'm even about to bring it up, but I'm going to. And you know exactly what I'm about to say. You freed up $311 million off of your payroll. Sorry, it was a little bit less. I think it was actually like 290 something or
288.
288. You freed up $288 million of revenue or of payroll. You're going to put that back into the team, right? Like at some point, right? Like you're going to put that back into the team, right? Like on an acquisition. Like you can point to like, oh, they extended Crochet. Crochet was here. I'm like, I know that that's not how it works, but you spend the money to make your team better, not just to maintain the good for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like both of those things are important. But if you're going to lose a player and save the money, you have to reinvest it at some point. Like we can't be afraid of spending 150. We can't. If it was, if this timeline that we're in was a little bit different and you traded Devers and in the following offseason was the Soto sweepstakes and, he gets the deal that he gets. I almost just said it started with a 4. It started with a 6. 7. Started with a 7.
Yeah.
Right?
Soto,
765?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's such a stupid number. But if that comes along, Soto sweepstakes come along and they give a guy $750 million, I understand being like, move to a number we weren't comfortable with. Sure.
Yep.
It's going to happen. Sure. 155 million for a guy who checks every box that you need. And we're not talking about like, I'm not saying like a face of the franchise kind of guy, but like a star.
Oh, absolutely. A guy you can put into the All-Star game right now. And it's just a matter of how much of an all-star is he. 100%. And if you're going to do the Devers thing, by the way, I've been screaming it since they traded him. The one thing they'll say is that the amount of stupid people keep saying, they got out of that contract. Like, not that people are relieved, but that's the one positive is they got out of that contract. Schwarber gets paid more than Rafael Devers right now. Pete Alonso got more than Rafael Devers in terms of AAV. Like that AAV was unbelievable for the player.
Is
that
it
they
really?
were getting.
Well, yeah, it's probably right around the same thing, right? Like 31 point something.
Devers got
31-1 because it was 10 years, 31-311. No, it was 11. It was 11-311. 11-313. It was right there. There's a lot of threes and ones. Thing.
It was
because there was like a year that was included at the very beginning.
$28 million a year, but I could be wrong. He got 331 over 11.
331.
So 30.09. So I apologize. Kyle Schwarber's making 0.09 less, and Alonso's making more.
Silly.
So that's where we're headed. Where 32-year-old Kyle Schwarber's right there with prime Rafael Devers.
Speaking of Kyle Schwarber, I don't know if you saw this. Kyle Schwarber's also off the board. So when we talked, we got a little greedy, you and I, Scott, and we said, I would love for the Red Sox to get 2 of Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber. Only one remains, and it's the one you already had. And we'll get to Bregman and what needs to happen there. No spoilers, but we have thoughts. You guys will see. But Kyle Schwarber goes back to the Phillies. Red Sox never made an offer, according to multiple sources, which I wasn't too shocked by. Unfortunately, obviously, I would have loved to have Schwarber back here. It would have been fun. but I can't say I ever expected them to go hard for him, especially when Alonso was still on the board. I didn't expect them to push all the chips in on Kyle Schwarber. I'll also say, this is stupid, but it's where my brain goes. Philly is kind of where he belongs, right? Like, if it's not going to be here, like, I trust
Yeah,
the trash
sure.
cans of Philly to take care of him.
Yeah, and I think like what you just said about with Pete Alonso on the board, Pete Alonso made 10 times more sense than Schwarber. As much as Schwarber is like a fun option, like I think the fan favorite would be Schwarber, but like Alonso, like you if you can pick a guy, even David Ortiz said it to us. Like if you could pick a guy to hit, if you want a huge like power hitter at Fenway, you want him to be right-handed. If you can pick, especially with this lineup.
And it also, if you think of the mold of a player that the Red Sox want to pay, I don't picture Kyle Schwarber. Like,
No, he doesn't fit anywhere.
Like they talk so much about versatility and this and all that kind of stuff. Like Alonso had the versatility of first base or DH, which like is still some versatility. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, with Schwarber would have been he could be the worst left fielder in the history of baseball on an outfield that's absolutely crowded with left-handed outfielders. So there was really no value there. But Alonso, Alonso is like a -9 outs above average first baseman, but he's only doing it until Costas is healthy.
Mm-hmm. And
Which
he also
opening day.
Schwarber also, like his average over the years, he's had, tough bat to ball stuff, tough on base numbers, high strikeout, high whiff, but also is like a 40 home run guy. So like he's always evened out and been a fan favorite and been a great power hitter. But the things the Red Sox value, I didn't expect them to go all in.
Schwarber, the other thing about both of these players is you would expect Schwarber at Fenway to regress a little bit. Like, like his average might go up because he can slap the monster, but like his power numbers should go down, where Alonso's numbers should go up.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will see. We will see this year. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll put that to the test this year. 8 times? We'll put it to the test.
Who knows, dude? They changed it. Nobody knows anymore.
We'll see. We'll see him at Fenway. Don't worry. You'll see him for the next 5 years.
Can't wait.
I just the thing I keep wanting to go back to Alonso, but like we're on Schwarber right now. I do want to stay Do we what? Do we need to stay on Schwarber?
Yeah, I mean, do we have anything else? That one, I love Schwarber. It didn't make sense to me with both on the board.
He's gonna retire a Philly, and he should have retired a Philly.
Oh yeah, I just meant like lineup construct. Like, obviously, right now I'd be like, you know what, dude, just figure it out, get him. But when both were on the board, it never made sense.
No. You want to talk about it? You want to get to let's talk about it?
Sure. Yeah. No, this is the good stuff.
Yeah. Oh. MLB Insider, who is this? John Morosi says, quote, if Ketel Marte moves, the Red Sox have as good of a chance to get him as any other team. He also said that they could still sign Bregman from there due to Marte's inexpensive contract. Let's just start Marte. We on the last episode of the show kind of talked ourselves in and out of Marte. I liked the idea more than you, but
yeah,
it was a consolation prize, and obviously having to trade for a guy versus paying a guy. You don't have to give up stuff to sign a guy. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah, that was the thing for me. It's not like the player. If he was a free agent, we're not talking about him as like a consolation prize. He's like a 145 OPS. He's an elite hitter. He's, I saw something like since 2020, his OPS plus was like 140 or and up. Is like Ohtani, Judge, him, and like Jose Ramirez or something like that. Like, he is an elite hitter and a fine defender. And versatile and does a lot of really great stuff. But for all of that, you're going to now trade. Like, the conversation was, would I rather have, Polanco for nothing, or would you could have Polanco, Duran in early, or you can have Marte. That's what I'm worried about, because I think it's going to cost you. They want a controllable starting pitcher, and then I just assume Duran's in every trade. You can just throw that in.
Yeah.
Now, though, right now, like, I think the odds of Duran staying, not that we're going to do this today, but I think they go way up to me. I think Tillo said the same thing.
It
Maybe not
feels
way
like
up.
it.
He said they
It
go up.
feels like
It's
it.
just like, at this point, what are you you're trading just a trade now.
I don't want to get too doom and gloom here, especially because we're talking about acquiring a great player here in Ketel Marte. It's tough to imagine the Red Sox getting better now. And that's bold because, like, it's December. There's a lot of time. It's tough at this moment to see them getting significantly better. Could they tomorrow trade for Joe Ryan? Yeah. Could they get Tarek Skubal and extend him tomorrow? 100%. Could they get Marte and Polanco, get them both and all that? Yeah, 100%. The likelihood dries up as time goes on, because as time goes on, the Red Sox get desperate, and in a weird way. They don't go and overpay for a superstar after they miss out on their guy. What the Red Sox do is, like, they'll be like, oh shit, let's get Dustin May.
They
And it's like
signed
that.
Phillip Rivers.
That's a very Red Sox move,
That's
is to
the
be like, well,
desperate move.
we'll give Phillip Rivers a 2-year deal. Like, he has to rehab
Yeah.
for the first year, which is really just him, like, doing cardio and trying to play, like, professional sports again. And I that's, the danger signs that are going off in my head is, oh no, are they going to pull Red Sox desperation moves? Because Red Sox desperation moves suck. When they make calculated, smart baseball decisions and there's no other team to interfere or to come over the top on them.
Bregman.
Yeah, Bregman, extending Crochet, extending Roman Anthony. Like, when they are able to do that, they are good at that. When other teams interfere and they get panicky, they do dumb shit. I don't know why they do it. They're incapable of making a smart decision once they're under the pressure. So I would rather they overpay for Ketel Marte and just get better at this point. Because, like, I hate how similar this week has felt to the Red Sox of the past, because we were supposed to be done with that. That era was supposed to be behind us, and it's starting to feel like, oh no, like, this is happening again. Like, they were linked to this guy, and then they completely misjudged his value, and then this other guy they didn't call, and now they're being linked to everyone. So they're just checking in on everyone, and they're at the front of the rumors. That was every year of this decade up until 2025, and I don't want to run that back. So anyway, yeah,
You're also
Ketel Marte, that'd be cool.
Yeah, he'd be. I know. I mean, like, the thing that bothers me is just, like, they refuse to just sign a guy and just make the team better, and like, they have to take away from it. Like, Craig is addicted to trades, and it doesn't have to be a trade. You could just get a good player for free, which I know it's quite literally not free, but from an organizational talent standpoint, you just add the player. That's it. You don't lose a single thing. That drives me nuts. But I will say it is weird, because now you're looking at a surplus of middle infielders. Oddly, if they do get 2 bats at this point, you expect them to be infielders. You're looking at Marcelo Meyer's spot is in jeopardy. If you get Ketel Marte and Bregman, what the hell do you do there?
I genuinely don't know.
Maybe Story would DH. I genuinely, I think that would
put Story at first. I had that idea last year. You hated it.
Yeah,
I still like it.
Yeah,
like,
I still hate it.
If
Well,
there's
I'm also
one guy
assuming-
out of those 4 that, like, you have to put it first, is it not?
Then you got a guy that you hope can hit 20 to 25 home runs at first base, which not the answer. Also, I assume
What's
Costas is
your
gonna be
other
back.
option? What's your other option at first base? Bobby Dahlbeck?
Well, that's the thing. It's December, so there should be more. But running low,
Ooh,
Suarez. I don't know. I hate that guy. I don't hate him. I hate the profile. We'll get to that later.
which means the Red Sox would as well. So Marte's cool. It presents a weird issue again, and like I'm tired of going into seasons where we don't know where anybody's going to fucking play, and we're asking guys to learn new positions at the major league level, or
Yeah, we're
asking
not
a
there
kid
yet.
to just
but-
switch on the fly. And like, it presents that again, and I don't. To be candid, I don't want that.
I just don't get how you add without it being clunky. Like the home runs are left free agency except for one guy, pretty much, and I don't expect the same season next year.
You mentioned him. Let's talk about it. John Heyman says that the Red Sox have been linked to Eugenio Suarez, in addition to Bregman, Bichette, Okamoto, Polanco, and Marte.
Side note.
They have been just linked to every infielder. And if you're linked to everybody, that means you're linked to nobody. So I saw this, and I'll tell you, Scott, if this is the only report that comes out in the last week about the Sox from a major source, I go, oh, okay. And I start watching Suarez highlights, and I start, falling in love with the player and picturing him at Fenway and all that stuff. I saw this tweet and I went, sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I
yeah.
agree. He's not what they just complained about. So last year, he hit 228, 28 doubles, 49 home runs. 49 home runs, Joey.
How about
118 RBIs, 824 OPS. It's a 126 OPS plus. That sounds pretty good. And he's a right-handed bat, Joey. The thing that scares me just a little
What's
bit.
his on base? Wait, real quick. I'm going to look this up because
he hit 228, so I assume his on base is about 229. He had a 6% walk rate, I think.
His on base was 298.
That don't matter. He's there to hit home runs.
Okay.
And strike out a shitload. He's there to hit a lot of home. He's going to swing so hard every time. He's entering his age 34 season. He turns 35 in July, which, apparently Alonso was too old, so that could be an issue. K rate, 29.8%. That's 5th percentile. And he had a -6 outs above average, which is an 8th percentile defense. Now you're assuming this is a DH candidate, unless you don't get Bregman too, and then you put him at third, and you have a real problem. But even at that point, I assume you go Meyer third, and then Suarez DH. But here's what I'll say: 1 year deal, hit us 40 plus home runs at a park that again is advantageous to Suarez. Sure. I mean, that's cool. It's not Alonso. He's going to try and strike out 200 times. He just missed it last year. He was in the 190s for strikeouts. So that part is really frustrating. That's not really the guy you want in the middle of the order to just whiff a ton. But you can't argue with his overall offensive impact being significantly better than, 26% better than the average Major League Baseball player. So that's a guy you would want if he has a fit, but not over the guys we've already lost. Now it kind of becomes something to talk about.
It's another guy, much like Kyle Schwarber, where I look at his profile and say, the Red Sox won't like this guy. I would like this guy. We would all like this guy. We would have T-shirts, his jersey would be everywhere, and he'd get a Sam Adams beer. But do the Red Sox look at this guy and like what's on the back of the baseball card? Probably not. They're so clouded in their analytics, and they think their analytics are better than everyone else's analytics. Why they would think that, I'm not totally sure. but they do think that. So any kind of bidding war here wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. If something falls in their lap, like that's really the only way I see this happening is a deal falling into their lap. It just doesn't match up for me. I just have a hard time picturing the Red Sox.
I just think he's going to get multiple years, and I don't want any part in that because he looks like, I mean, he's a guy that the second his exit velocity goes down, he's a zero-tool player.
2 years? 3 years?
No. I'll give him 1 year with a club option, and I'm going to decline that.
We'll give you a club option, but we already declined it.
Yeah, we're going to decline it right now.
So it's a 1 year deal.
No, there's a club option.
But you got, so we're going to
already declined it. We chose to decline. It's a 2 year deal.
End of the year,
million.
we'll look at it and you'll decide if you want to exercise the option or not.
It's a backloaded 2 year, $60 million deal. We're gonna do 25-35 with a $5 million buyout, and we've already given you the $5 million with your signing bonus because we're declining that.
Honestly, would he say no to that? You're paying him $65 million for 1 year? That's what you want to do? You want to give Eugenio Suarez $65 million for 1 year?
Well, no, you wouldn't pay him the $40. You wouldn't.
So
pay
contracts are guaranteed. So you would be paying them.
No, not options. Options aren't guaranteed. It screws up the luxury tax. The luxury tax, you'd be paying them on the full, but
yeah.
But no, you don't. He would only get like 35 million out of that. 30 million. The way I backloaded it.
All right. Well, keep your eyes peeled for that deal, and keep your eyes even more peeled for the John Heyman tweet breaking all that down. Let me say this about ye old winter meetings this year. We were supposed to go. We canceled last minute.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We came to a decision. I kind of stand by it.
Oh, we would have been just upset the whole time. Yeah,
we would have had a bad time.
Well,
there's no way around it.
Epcot. We'd be in Epcot right now. Or what's the one with the drinking countries?
Epcot.
Yeah, that's where we'd be today specifically.
Yeah. Scott, why'd you have to cancel, dude? That would have been a really good time.
Because you canceled. I didn't want to go by myself. So that's why I canceled.
Now I'm thinking about it. We should have gone. I should have been harder on you to make sure that we go.
And also, this might have been the coldest week in the history of Boston. So,
yeah, it's been brutal. It's been awful.
No, that's
on my side of Boston.
That's not true. But it was cold. It was cold. It was like 11 degrees, 19.
It's been like 3
that.
Here in the morning.
Could have avoided that.
Driving a kid to school in 3-degree weather, dude. Cancel, dude. Why do they have summer vacation? Stop giving these kids the summer off up here. Give them the winter off.
Yeah, we'll just move.
You know, I've really thought about moving to Arizona this week. And then
every winter, right?
Yeah, it's every winter. I think about going south. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it here. Yeah,
it stinks. No, but it's good for 3 months.
But the thing is, those 3 months really are great.
Yeah, except for when it rains like 12 consecutive Friday and Saturdays.
Like, here's the thing: it's not 3 months; it's like 5.5 months.
I don't know.
Like of, if not some of May, and then June, July, August, September, October.
I remember wearing in college. I remember wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt to my finals and being like, it legitimately never got warm here.
Yeah, but like May is Memorial Day. That's such a big day for you. You're such a go out on the boat guy.
True, but that's not good enough to go boat. Like the weather rarely lines up.
I disagree. I disagree about the weather. There's no way to check it. There's no way to check.
Well,
Hey, the weather is a matter of opinion, man. You know, at the end of the day. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to give up like fall. I also just don't want to be somewhere flat. Some places are so flat. If you're listening to this from a
You
place
worry
that's
about that
flat,
a
I'm
lot.
so sorry. Oh, I
You
hate
really
it.
care about the flat, and that's never been a thing for me. I've never even thought about it.
Because you've never been somewhere flat. Like you've been to Vegas, but there's so much shit built up in Vegas, you don't realize how flat it is. If you go somewhere flat, I promise you'd be like, "Oh, I can't be somewhere flat. This feels wrong."
There's nothing
It's
worse than
like
flat.
there's nothing worse than flat. Quote both of us on that. It's
Yeah.
like it's one of those things you don't realize till you realize. Like if you went somewhere, if you went into a house and every wall was like bright orange, you'd be like, I don't like orange houses. People would be like, why do you care about that? What orange? And then you'd be like, no, you have to be in one. You'd know it. You'd feel it.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys are all near a hill or can at least see a mountain out your window right now. I hope when you drive on your road, you slip and slide a little bit during this beautiful time of year. You guys want to talk about the biggest story? Because we saved the biggest one for last.
Yep.
Guys, they traded Von Grissom. Listen, we got a lot of angry DMs, a lot of fire Craig chants in our
The
replies.
breaking point. Yeah. The breaking point for many.
The day the Red Sox died. That's what some are calling
Yep.
it. They're
Yep.
writing a song, I heard. People are mad. Yeah, so dude, you know
People
what's
are
funny?
mad, actually, though.
People
Yeah.
are actually mad, and I had the terrible misfortune of turning on 93.7 WEEI as I was driving, because why else would I turn on the radio? And it was like an hour after the news broke, and they were talking about it. They're like, finally, the Red Sox did something at the winter meetings. So they traded. So this is the guy. This is the guy that they traded Chris Sale for this guy. They saw something in this guy. And now, a couple years later, he's giving you nothing. And you trade him for who? Who did they get for him? And he's a 21-year-old. He had a good year in college, and he single A last year. He hit 219 with 11 home runs in single A last year. So some nobody. That's what they got for him. Great. Make teams getting better every day. Here's the thing. It's just a 40-man spot. Rule 5 draft coming up. You want to free up a spot. You got rid of Von Grissom because you were never going to use him. It wasn't working out. So that's kind of the whole story.
The other thing too, like the idea of trading Chris Sale, when you put two players together, it becomes about the trade, the value of each player. But everyone was just saying get out of the Chris Sale deal, and then they did, and they got a player back that was interesting. I still think a player that if you had just rolled out, like just had him start at second the whole time, he would have done some really cool stuff. I don't know that he would have been the long-term answer, but whatever. One thing that's interesting about this is, as much as Craig is really grinding my gears lately, I do like his strategy of just going all in on being like, we're just going to trade for a bunch of guys in the previous draft that just hit the ball so freaking hard. And that's all we care about. We don't care if they can do anything else. It's exit velocity, and that's it. Like, let's just see these guys swing as hard as they can for, a few years in the minors, and then maybe we teach them how to field at some point. Don't even worry about it.
And then if not, we'll trade him for a younger guy who we just heard hits the ball really, really hard.
Really
But also,
freaking hard.
if there's a free agent who hits the ball really, really, really hard, we don't really want.
Well, he's old.
31?
Yeah, he's not only going to hit the ball hard for a little bit, and then it's going to decline. This 21-year-old's hitting the ball so freaking hard, and he should be able to hit it harder when he's like 24, because he's going to grow into that build.
Mm-hmm. But do they? One of them does. One of them did.
One of them did.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with that, but
Yeah, I forgot that.
Mm,
Thank you, Heim. That
shout out.
it's silly that to get all worked up about it. It's like, okay, you got something in return for Von Grissom, who was never going to play here. He was just never going to play. The best case scenario, he was your Nick Sogard. He was your whoever. You know, you came up from Worcester to fill a spot for a short-term injury. That was it. So
Nick Sogard's better.
Yeah, no, he is. He is better. I felt bad using his name there in such a way. I just
I
couldn't
do
think
that
of
all
one
the
of the other
time.
12 guys.
I've done that so many times where I've just thrown a shot at Nick Sogard and then immediately been like, why did I say that? I like Nick Sogard. He's a good player.
Mickey Gasper.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
He could have been Mickey Gasper. He could have came up and been in your lineup when you needed a player in your lineup. But like that was all Von Grissom was going to be. Or like you said, like if they had rolled him out day one and been like, that's our second baseman until something better comes along. Yeah, I bet he would have been like serviceable. He would have been below average.
You
could
have made a highlight reel out of him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like he would have
You could have sooner made a low light reel out of him.
Of course. But if you gave him a season, he's got some bat flips in that tank. I'm telling you. And he's going to do that in Los Angeles, where I assume he plays 162 games because who else is going to?
Yeah.
Not Rendon.
Nobody. I don't know. Joey? I literally don't know. Has Rendon actually retired, or did he just talk about it?
I thought so. I don't know. Who cares?
Dude, I do.
I cover the Boston Red Sox. The only thing I care about is how stupid that Devers trade was and how bad the free agency looks right now. I'm focused on what matters.
11 hours ago, the New York Times said, regardless of buyout, Angels do not expect Rendon to play in 2026.
Hey, you know what? Slap my name on that too. I don't either.
You don't intend on playing?
List. No, I don't believe that he will play 2026.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take his word for it.
Yeah. There's like, who did you say that was? The Times?
That was the Times.
Yeah, they're saying we don't expect him to play. I don't either.
Yeah. One thing I've learned about Anthony Rendon is don't expect him to play. No, don't expect him to play.
That guy hates baseball.
His Wikipedia is like, Anthony Rendon is a professional American baseball player, and it's like, kinda.
Sort of.
I guess, dude. Check your sources,
Like on his tax filings, sure.
Yeah, where else, Remember that time he grabbed the fan and he like smacked him?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think every time Anthony Rendon's name comes up, I think about smacking him. I really do. I hear his name and I'm like, God, I just love to wail. Just like a wife that found her husband cheating. Just one big whop.
Okay, that's not where I thought that was going. I'm glad that went that direction.
Like a wife probably scared you a little bit.
Yeah, big time.
Where's it going?
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Yeah.
That's good.
Cut that.
Overall winter meetings, feeling grade. Yeah, grade. How about grade? Give me a grade for the winter meetings.
Oh, well, so can we recap it real quick?
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about moves that other teams, just what the Red Sox did.
What the Red Sox did.
They traded Von Grissom for a child.
Yep.
And then they got a Rule 5 draft pick via trade. They didn't even get him for free.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No,
they signed a KBO guy. They signed a KBO lefty who's tall.
Yep.
I think those are the moves.
They got Ryan Watson from the Athletics in exchange.
Yeah, that was the Rule 5.
Yeah, that was
we accounted for that. Yep. So, and then the lefty, and whose name is real. He has one.
They got that, and then they got a couple of guys in the Rule 5. They got 3.
They got some minor league
6, 7.
Yeah, they got. I forgot about the minor league portion of the Rule 5 draft. That's going to affect my score. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, they lost more than they gained. I'll give it. I think. What do you do when someone doesn't really show up for a test? What grade do you give them typically? I think an F.
Well, wait, the 4. No, that was pre-meetings. Sorry, the password trade.
Nah. No, that's way before. I would give them a D because what it felt like is they took a test, but they just like skipped sections. Like they did the multiple choice and then there was an essay and they were like, I'm not doing that. So they were
But
like,
it's also
yeah, we'll do like the little like the easy stuff. We can trade Vaughn for a guy. We can do the moves on the margins. The big stuff, like I didn't really study for like the how much do you pay a free agent part. So I'm just gonna leave that blank.
But it's also like everybody expected that the Sox, they were going to be the ones who nailed the essay. It's like, oh, wait till you read the Red Sox essay, and the Red Sox essay didn't exist.
Mm-mm.
There wasn't one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go D-, bro.
Okay.
Because Pete Alonso is in Baltimore and Kyle Schwarber's in Philadelphia. And they haven't signed Alex Bregman yet.
They haven't lost him yet.
No, they have.
D. They haven't even lost Alex Bregman yet. Come on, D.
The problem is they have lost Alex Bregman because he's a free agent.
No, but they're playing cat and mouse, and that always works. Remember JD Martinez in 2018? That's what people love to talk about every day.
Remember this one example 8 years ago? They have not signed Alex Bregman. And let me say this in the clearest, cleanest language that I can. This season of Boston Red Sox baseball will only be worth watching if the Red Sox sign Alex Bregman.
Yep. Agreed.
It is hard, if not impossible, to imagine a team that is as good as last year's team in an AL East that is now better without the Red Sox best player from last year. It's not an option anymore. You might have to I don't care how much they do overpay. You gotta bring back Bregman, or this is just going to be an unserious season.
Can I say one thing though?
Please.
Tough winter meetings. Didn't go the Red Sox way. They absolutely could still make a really, really sick roster. It's just going to be maybe not the most efficient in terms of like trading players you didn't want to get your prospect capital that they can't really afford to continue to spend at that level. But they definitely, could surprise.
But I mean,
us
who?
still.
But how? How could they? How?
Well, they bring back Bregman. He's already back. He's already,
Okay.
remember the thing you did with I'm going to do it because it worked.
He's already
last time.
here. Yeah.
Remember he's already not here, but here.
Right.
Here. So Bregman's already back. He's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not going to probably like the organizational capital, but you get Marte. That's an intriguing player. Hey, you know what? Here's a name. Let's just get Yordan Alvarez. They suck. They don't have a single pitcher. Just go get that guy. There's a couple people just floating around Corey Seager for some reason. Let's do that. Let's do that too. Now we got a team. And don't forget Roman Anthony's on this team.
If you can construct the 2021 All-Star team onto the Boston Red Sox, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it'd be cool. I'm not putting my eggs in that basket.
You could do it. You're not going to do well in Baseball America in July. I'll tell you that. You could do it. You better hope you better hope you go into the season with 5 pitchers and you only need 5 pitchers in the starting rotation.
I think they might want to invest in a 6th starter. That's just my idea. And then a 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
I feel like what you talked about the clean fits and the team can't really get that much better. The areas they're going to like cleanly get better are going to be like, oh, they can make the second base situation 10% better. They can get a better backup catcher. They can, get like people talking about like at this point, like Joe Ryan, what does that even do? Like he's a career 3.79 ERA guy. We have a lot of those. Like that doesn't even really move the needle anymore with the depth you have. So it's like you really would need to go get like Hunter Green maybe. I don't know. I don't want to do this. Where are we at?
Get Bregman. Get Bregman. That's all I got.
I got a little drama for you.
It's time to empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott. Empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott. What do you got? It's time to empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott.
Did it ever hit you what a stupid fucking name for a segment that is?
Dude,
like-
I mean, every time. But I mean, I guess we got not every time because we're used to it. But anytime I've had to say that out loud.
After we hired Kendall, who shout out Kendall, our producer, when I have to like tell her like, hey, the Empty Brain of Thoughts song is here. It's like I hear myself saying the words and I want to take her aside and be like, can I tell you how we arrived at that name? Do you care to know, or will it not change your opinion that it's really stupid? Anyway,
it's a good origin story though. I liked it. I like the way that happened, which is
we needed a new name. We needed a new name for Emptying the Bench. We got it.
Or we were going to get sued by Steve Peralta.
Yeah, you know what? I'll sue.
He kept threatening to sue us, and we're like, we got to change this.
Here, let me. Here, you go. You had some drama.
Yeah. I got a little insider drama, Joey.
Okay, let's hear it.
You like that?
I love insider drama.
Buster Olney talked about, it doesn't really matter. I said there's a perception, a couple front offices, that Nats Mackenzie Gore will definitely be among those moved, whatever. That part doesn't matter. First, or one of the comments, another Boris client, Buster copying and pasting propaganda again. Buster Olney says, you've got me confused for someone else. Huh?
Wink, wink.
That's little Olney Heyman matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to
fight to the death, who wins?
Not the viewers. Not the viewers.
I think only the viewers win.
Yeah, I mean that was interesting. And then we also had, I mean, you talk about how spot on Bob Nightingale is all the time. This wasn't so much drama, but it has to be awkward when you're all particularly in the same spot. When Bob Nightingale just said that, that Zach Gallen got like a $700 million deal with the Cubs or whatever he said, and then Jeff Passan had to be like, dude, what are you like? No, not even close.
Yeah,
that one was cool.
That was cool. No, he does not have a deal. No, he is not close. Yeah.
And then Nightingale was like, hey, I was, it turns out he's not close.
No, not stunned. Bob Nightingale, you know what? I'm going to say it, man. Bob Nightingale gets stuff wrong sometimes. There, I said it. I said it.
I pushed back a little bit. But you're right. He enjoys being first, and he's willing to trade off accuracy for that. So he's gonna try and be the fastest car, but he doesn't really care if he makes it. He wins the race.
Do you remember that clip of Bob handing out bagels?
Definitely not.
I want to get the details right because I'm half remembering this story.
It doesn't sound like something to be super memorable to me so far, but maybe I'm missing some juicy
during
details.
The lockout.
Okay.
The first thing that came up when I typed in Bob Nightingale bagels is an AI picture of Bob Dylan eating a croissant. What are we doing? Oh, here it is.
Close. There
So
you
yeah,
go. I told you were close.
It was March of 2022 during the lockout. Bob Nightingale didn't sleep as he spent the morning making charitable contributions to the community. Bob delivered bagels to a homeless shelter, walked dogs for a local rescue, and then read to school children just before heading back to work. Nope, that's porch. I just got porched. What the fuck? I just got live on air, got porched.
It's tough
knew
because
that
you
was the
saw that
wrong
like 4
story.
years ago.
Yeah, but it was during the lockout. He did do something with bagels. What was it?
Or did you just read that 4 years ago and you're now just figuring out that it was wrong?
No, because a bunch of people got clips of him running with a bag of bagels.
This is tough
God.
because you're saying something crazy and I have no way to be like, oh yeah, no that. Like you'd love me to remember that right now, but I just don't have it.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
I'm just not seeing even a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a weird dream. How often do you dream about Bob Nightingale?
No, it is a real picture of Bob Nightingale holding a bag of bagels, but I don't remember why. Oh, Jeff Passan tweeted it. That's why I remember it. Whatever. I guess it was like because it was like they were all outside the lockout and he just like brought bagels. That's not that funny of a story.
No, that was
Not a funny story at all.
Joey, that was so good.
That's not a good story at all.
No, Joey, don't say that. That's
Can I?
it's
All right,
you
let me save it.
delivery.
Let me save it. Let me save it with a better story. Kim Kardashian's coming to Fortnite.
Get
Just
the
gotta-
heck out of town.
No, it's for real. She has like a skin and everything. She has like a bunch of skins, and I think they're like based on her what's that bodysuit thing that she sells?
Skims.
Skims. Yeah, so it's a bunch of Skims skins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's coming to Fortnite. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Only other thing I got on the docket here is we gotta, sign a bet.
Oh yeah. We should get that's a good idea.
Yep.
We should talk about that next show. Next show we'll talk about how they should make additions to the team. We're in on Freddie Peralta along with 6 other people. That's one I didn't even write down how much I don't care about that. I mean, that's just like
Yeah.
okay, cool. Oh, we're in on Kyle Teal as well. That was like right before.
Oh
the
yeah,
winter
that's
meetings.
funny. Yeah, if they get Kyle Teal back. Yeah.
'Cause you just
trade
traded him
Crochet back to Chicago.
Yeah.
That's
good.
funny.
You should,
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that on the show. You didn't waste that like before. Sometimes you say really funny stuff before the show, and I'm like, what a waste. But that time you got it. And
Yeah, no, I've been
Did you-
sitting on that one for a little bit.
did you enjoy that Christmas party? We saw each other in person, which we don't usually do because we don't like each other.
Oh yeah, we hung out for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, when you logged the amount of time we talked at the Christmas party,
Yeah.
it was more than a few minutes, but
No, that game of Kings at the end of the night was probably like 2 hours. That was way too long.
I think you thought it was 2 hours because of how badly you wanted to go to bed. But it was probably
It was like 2 hours.
No way. I was just say 30
Dude,
minutes.
No,
We
it was
went
like
around
1
like
a.m.
we
I
went
know
around, like,
because
twice.
Sebi tells stories like he's
Yeah.
on fucking Milazepam.
Yeah.
Dude, just crawling his way through a story as I'm watching the clock tick to 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm going home. I don't care if
If it
I have to
makes
leave
you-
my girlfriend here at Scott's house. I'm leaving.
If it makes you feel any better, we played a little one-on-one later, and we got to the point where you ask him questions for 60 seconds, and it took like 15 minutes, and we gave up at 19 seconds.
Oh my god, dude.
I went to bed at
can't-
3:50.
Yikes. Well, it was a good time. Next time we'll invite
Yeah,
the
it was-
people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll do an ITM Christmas party.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Whenever you're listening to this, it's tomorrow. Come on down
Right.
to Scott's house at
Mm-hmm. You say the address, you know it.
6:30.
Yep. Yep.
5.
Bingo.
I don't tempt me because I do got it stored away in my head. Thanks for listening, everybody. God, we love you guys so much. Follow us on the socials. More importantly, sub on the YouTube. That's really what we need from you guys. We appreciate it. YouTube's bumping. The show is bumping right now. So good time to be listening to ITM. If you guys have been listening for a couple of years, or what?
We gotta start saying the YouTube part at the beginning of the show.
Kendall, put this part at the beginning of the show.
No, don't do that.
Kendall, put this part at the beginning of the show. Hey, welcome to ITM, everybody. If you could go and subscribe on our new YouTube, link in our bio, that would be such a huge help. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, check the episode description for a link. We thank you so much, dude. Thanks
And
for
now
coming along.
Now aggressively cut to the middle of a sentence at the beginning of the show. That would be great. Now we're good.
And follow us on the socials at ITM_pod. You can follow me at Joey Copponi. You can follow him at Scott Neville. 4'6". Just like how old Pete Alonso is going to be at the end of this contract. Am I right? Old ass.
No, you're not. It's gonna be like 36.
And we will see you guys after this thrilling silent weekend after the winter meetings. For Scott Neville and Joey Copponi, go Sox, kid.